welcome back to my channel. It's your boy D Dyson. Extraction 2, starring Chris Hemsworth as Tyler Rake. And I like this. I like it because it picks up where we left off with Extraction, where they picked up his body falling from that bridge, and finds out that he's still alive. It takes like a 9-month rehab process where he was basically clinically dead, and he just shook back kind of like he was in a coma. So I love where we pick off from this, and you've seen the rehabilitation that he's kind of getting back to normal, getting back to health. But because he did such an impossible mission from getting this boy to safety from these like Indian drug lords, now he's kind of like, okay, yeah, you could be in retirement now. So they kind of put him in a retirement home, kind of healing up. And he was like, man, where's my chickens and where's my dog? He gets a visit from Idris Elba, which he doesn't really know who he is, but he's just like, I am working with your ex-wife, Mia. And because he says that, he's like, well, I can't turn this job down because, one, it's of high importance where you have to extract a woman and her kids from this Georgian prison. And we don't really know the details of why is it so significant for him, but he was like, it's very important. So he does it. So he gets out of that, and you kind of go and see how these Georgian drug dealers, like they're kingpins, and they run $1 billion heroin operation, how vicious they are, where the younger brother is in prison, and to keep his family safe, to keep his family close to him, they're also in prison with him. And the older brother was like, man, he's about to get out, and now it's a 10-year length on his sentence. So the older brother kills basically the governor. Was like, dude, you signed off on that. Why'd you do that? Well, the Americans breathing down my neck. So he goes and kills him. And now Tyler Rake is tasked with bringing this woman and her kids out of the prison without no one noticing. So it's very high intense. It's very action-packed. The anxiety when he gets to the prison, trying to get them out, and it goes from there. As soon as he, the inmates get alarmed that he's in there getting them out, all hell breaks loose. They're all trying to get at him. They're all trying to get the family, and they already have a riot because you have two rival gangs that are in there, on top of, the $1 billion drug kingpins, baby brother and his goons. So he's trying to get them all out, and and just with the one camera shot, it's just, man, and it's highest anxiety. It's like, are you going to get out of it? He's getting beat, he's fighting, and you got to go through it. Kill the brother, they get out, and then because they get the kids to safety, they close that part off, and now it's just him and the kid's mother having to go through this riot. And that's what we saw majority of the trailer, where he's over here fighting people, and his hands on fire, and I'm just kind of like, dude, that was very high intense of getting out of there. I loved every minute of it. The second part of the movie is getting them to safety. Where he is in Vienna, Austria, and because of the son, oldest son, it's like, well, where's dad? Uncle's gonna take care of us. I don't know what's going on. Why are you doing this? So he called his uncle and was like, hey, we're in Austria. So the uncle comes, of course, and now it's another firefight to get them out of that, which the older son is kind of realizing, like, yeah, my uncle's not really here to save us, but in the sense of he just wants revenge. So kind of understanding that with the character of getting them out. And as Chris Hemsworth's character, Tyler Rake, he's always worked with Yaz and Paz, was his two brother and sister elite group, and was always, at his side to help him. And they are just badass. They, from the train, getting them, the train scenes, the train fights, to the hotel, being up in that penthouse, they are badass. And you see them getting hammered as going through that, and they don't make it out. And it gets to trying to get them out of Austria, where, the older brother took the son, and now it's like, no, we really need to go get my son. And turns out that it's Tyler Rake's in-laws. Like, it was Mia's little sister and her two kids. So basically, they knew who he was and how it tied into his family dynamic of when his son died. And they knew, his son. So it was kind of like he's rescuing his in-laws, or his ex-in-laws rather. So that's why I was telling myself it brought a lot of heart, it brought a lot of feel. And leading up to the end, when of course, he's in a position where he gets the son back, and the son's like, man, I'm sorry. It's like, man, I, didn't want any of this. I understood. And he runs into his ex-wife, and it's like, well, why'd you leave? And he just really couldn't face the fact that he left, and his reasoning, it's like, and it broke him down, because he's like, I couldn't do anything to save him. I couldn't do anything to stop it. Hence why he does what he does. So he goes in and goes after anything that he can get his hands on, no matter how dangerous, because he feels like he's the person to do it, only because he couldn't save his son. So he saves others. And gets through all of it, where he goes to prison, because it's like you're stuck in an Austrian prison, and it's like, well, he gets out, his ex-wife get him out, and he goes back to his retirement home, and Idris Elba shows up like, man, if you knew who I work for. And he like, who do you work for? He was like, a gnarly mother, and kind of, okay, we're getting Extraction 3, and I'm here for it. I am here for it. This was nothing short of entertaining from start to finish. It is a true 10 out of 10 because of the one take, one shot scenes that he had to go through. Some of the stuff may feel like CGI-ish, or may would have felt like, especially when they were shooting at the brother and sister at close range and they're all missing. I'm kind of like, you'd have been dead in that aspect, but I still looked at it like the action was nonstop, and I loved every minute of it. So, you guys enjoyed my review of Extraction 2, starring Chris Hemsworth on Netflix. Subscribe to my channel, post a comment down below, and like the video. It's your boy, D Dyson. Peace.